Unfortunately, miscarriage is a lot more common than any of us would like it to be. About 1 out of every 4 pregnancies ends in miscarriage, and we suspect that these rates are even higher because some women miscarry before they even know they're pregnant. It usually happens in the first trimester or the first 12 weeks of pregnancy. There are a few different ways that miscarriage can be diagnosed. For some women, they start having bleeding and cramping and go to the doctor and find out that they're miscarrying. For others, they go and have a normal prenatal appointment, then show up for their next one, and the doctor can't find the heartbeat. No matter what the circumstances are, and no matter how far along you are, it's absolutely heartbreaking. Even if you've only been pregnant for a short amount of time, it's enough time to dream up what life is going to be like as a parent with this baby. So you can expect an emotional roller coaster, and you need to allow yourself to go through the process of grieving. Something that's very important for you to understand is that it wasn't your fault. There are things that might increase your risk for miscarrying, but even if you do everything right, sometimes it still happens. One of the risk factors is age, and that's not something that's modifiable. Women who are over the age of 35 are more likely to miscarry. Women who have certain hormonal imbalances are more likely to miscarry, as well as those who drink, smoke, or have used drugs. Having a previous miscarriage and also having uncontrolled diabetes increases your chances. Now, back to vaginal bleeding for just a second. If you start bleeding in the first trimester, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're having a miscarriage, but it's a reason to call your doctor and get checked out. 20 to 40% of women experience vaginal bleeding, and it can be due to miscarriage. It could be due to ectopic pregnancy. Sometimes it's due to implantation bleeding, and that's a diagnosis of exclusion given by the doctor after all complications have been ruled out. Of course, there are pelvic organ problems too that the doctor would consider as well. There are women who bleed vaginally in the first trimester and go on to have healthy deliveries. Just be sure to call your doctor if you have any bleeding or cramping, and based on their knowledge of your circumstances, they'll decide if further investigation or medical treatment is warranted. If you have more questions for me in the future, please feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.